The It's a Trap, Trebek, Scott, Rogue, 1, Gowski. Live from the greatest city on earth, the city that never sleeps, the greatest city in the universe, Galactic City. Washing down Porg's Nest soup with blue milk with all 775,000 plus of you, including Jacob Jeffries, who had a new album come out today. Congrats. Baby Sylvia, Hannah, Ryan Maxwell, who graduated from Purdue. Happy birthdays to Pranay Patni, Shane Argy turning 14, three-time winner Cordell Smith turning 17 years old. You gonna win again tonight, Cordell? Can ya? If you do, you know what you're gonna win? Big money, 5,000 Darth Vaders, 5,000 Darth Mauls, 5,000 Darth dollar bills. You can open one hell of a tab at the Mos Eisley Cantina with that kind of cash. Do some serious damage on this Friday night. Buy a few rounds for Figure and Don and the modal nodes, huh? In news Mets fans can use, the Dark Knight era has come to an end in Queens after party pitcher Matt Harvey refused a free trip to Vegas to hang with minors, which, if you know Harvey, is very out of character. But this means there is room on the roster for you on HQ. Who's getting the call tonight? Could it be you? Use the forks. Use the forks. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's get this saga on the road with Han Cumero numero solo. Which of these kinds of chips would you use to make nachos? Tortilla, poker, or bargaining? Just about 800K in the game tonight. Luke, be a Jedi tonight. Cheap, 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 cheap. A tasty plate of fully loaded nachos beats any stack of poker chips. It's the perfect combo of guac, salsa, frijoles, crema, tortilla cheese on a bed of tortilla chips. It's priceless. 776,341 of you are chips off the old block tonight, staying chipper for Q2. But before we get there, did you know this Sunday night at 9 p.m., we have a huge $25,000 game. One winner takes it all. Yes, back by popular demand. I'm not going to stop asking questions until there's one HQD left standing to claim the entire $25,000 prize. Yeah, baby. So put that in your iCal. Until Sunday, we have tonight, Q2. Modern automobiles typically run on which of these? Candle wax, gasoline, or hand-wound springs? Automobiles? What did I say? Kids, enjoy your pollution monsters while you can. Because when you get to be my age, you'll be zooming around in self-driving, 100% electric cars. But for now, most vehicles continue to be gasoline guzzlers. Dame gasolina, 763,633 have gasoline dreams of winning that green, and they're motoring. On to Q3. If planted properly, what kind of trees will acorns grow into? Oaks, willows, or pines? In the pans, where the sun don't ever shine. Or in the wise words of that old proverb that's not so much a proverb as much as it is a description of the basics of tree biology, from little acorns do mighty oaks grow. Yes, oaks is your answer at Q3 tonight. The mighty oaks, 606,466, are tasting an oaky finish on Q3, joining the Oak Ridge Boys for Q4, which phrase consists of two football terms and describes an arrangement of pulleys: snap and line, punt and down, block and tackle. It is specifically a system of two or more pulleys with a rope or cable threaded between them. Also, two of football's most important verbs: block and tackle. Shout out the Matthews family on this one. I'm talking about Bruce for the blocking and Clay for the tackling. 326,477. Breaking a tackle here, busting loose to Q5. The rest of you getting hit with a chop block right there. We lost a lot of you. Q5. What synonym for evil comes from an old term referring to the left side? Sinister, depraved, or malevolent? Is it any coinky-dink that right means correct or good, and the majority of people are right-handed? No! It comes from old superstitious days when only the demon-possessed would dare write with the wrong hand. In Latin, the word for left and unlucky was sinister. came to be associated with the evil later. 177,970 of you are shopping at the Leftorium tonight. I got love for Southpaws, and you're getting Q6. Which of these is a weapon in the classic version of the board game Clue? Wrench, poison, or baseball bat? Lord loves a lefty. Once Monopoly teaches kids how to bankrupt each other, they can graduate on to learning about murder with the canonical 6 clue weapons of candlestick, knife, lead pipe, rope, revolver, and wrench. I said the one thing we need is a left-handed monkey wrench. 146,495. They picked up on the clue here. They're going to Q7. The rest of you, sorry for putting a wrench in your plans tonight. Come back tomorrow. Q7. In which of these TV shows did the star not play a character with the same first name? The Drew Carey Show, the Bernie Mac Show, or the Dick Van Dyke Show? A lot of shows, a lot of names. Bernie Mac was unforgettable in his starring role as Mr. Bernie McCullough. Also his birth name, Bernie McCullough. And who didn't enjoy Drew Carey's inspired method performance as Drew Carey on The Drew Carey Show, but The Dick Van Dyke Show? Dick Van Dyke starred Carl Reiner's creation, Rob Petrie, not Dick Van... that was the guy's name, Rob Petrie. It's Dick Van Dyke Show is the answer. You get me? 71,256, get me? Rob Petrie was the name of the main character on The Dick Van Dyke Show, played by Dick Van Dyke. You got it? Good. Q8. By definition, if a Middle Eastern dish has dough piazza in its name, it will include what ingredient? Onion, tomato, or rice? We're all stars now in the dough piazza show. It is specifically an Afghani dish, which gets its name from the key ingredient you add at 2 different stages. Onions. Onions, 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 onions. 22,210. A lot of pretty ones getting Q9 after that one, but this was a brutal Q8. We lost about 50,000 of you there. We got Q9. Which of these MLS soccer teams does not play its home games in the U.S.? Sounders, Timber, or Impact? Though you will find most Major League Soccer teams inside the US of A, just like the NBA, MLB, and NHL, there are also franchises based up in Canada. Oh yeah! MLS has 3 of them, the Vancouver Whitecaps, Toronto FC, and the Montreal Impact. Playing home games at Saputo Stadium in Montreal. Of course, bien sûr, Sacre Bleu, 11,865 are getting a direct, free kick to Q10. Which of these people served as vice president under the person on the US $50 bill? Aaron Burr, Andrew Johnson, or Henry Wilson? Blah. A little rusty tonight, folks. It's been a few days. The $50 bill is basically the vice president of bills, not seen very often, especially at strip clubs. Usefulness is debatable, but when you do spot one, you'll notice a portrait of the 18th president, Ulysses S. Grant, who served 2 terms as president with 2 different vice presidents, Schuyler Colfax, followed by Wilson, Henry Wilson, 3,529. Our American history majors, at least for tonight, you're getting Q11, the penultimate round. What colors dominate the flag of the world's smallest nation? Yellow and white, red and white, or blue and white? So we know one of them's white. The teeniest country in the whole wide world by both area and population is Vatican City, with less than 1/5 of a square mile and about 1,000 citizens, a number which stays fairly stable considering most of them are not in the baby-making business. Wave that flag. Yellow and white is the color of the Vatican City flag, and 1757. Oh, say holy see. You have made it all the way to the final round. Q12, this is it. It all boils down to this. For the 1,757 HQTs left standing at the finish line for $5,000 up for grabs, you got to answer the final question, Q12. The company whose stock symbol is simply V mainly provides which of these? Phone services, cable TV, or financial services? V. Shout out V in the office here. We got a V. Some very big companies start with V. Phone giant Verizon, their stock symbol, VZ. The multimedia conglomerate Viacom, symbol VIA. But first on the scene to poach the single letter was Visa. In the financial services sector, it's everywhere you want to be, and it's 703 winners tonight, baby! For 703 of you, everywhere you wanted to be was the HQ Winners Circle, and you made it there. Welcome